In this video, I want to talk about anecdotal evidence. Now, that's a pretty common phrase, so you might be thinking, why am I even mentioning it? I want to focus on anecdotal evidence because it's important to clear up the difference between that and a good impact assessment. In this context, good means an impact assessment that people will understand and be able to trust. So if we take it from the start, anecdotes are stories that people tell about their experiences. That means that when we're talking about anecdotal evidence, what we actually mean is someone is trying to prove a point based on the stories they've heard as and when. But if they've heard those stories as and when, we can't be sure that they're getting the whole or the true picture. For instance, there are some organisations which rely on their star case studies to say what their organisation does and who they help. Now, these can be really powerful stories and are useful. We're not saying that they're not. What we are saying is, actually, if you're only showing your best outcomes, you're not often showing what happens for the majority of your people involved. Now, the way to get round this is to not rely so heavily on anecdotal evidence, but collect information in a systematic way. To do that, you need to get your information from a range of sources. That includes talking to the people who aren't just the loudest or easiest for you to get to. In order to make sure this happens, what you need to do is plan first, record the process as you're going on, and then write it all down at the end. So this means a good impact assessment is one which is organised, systematic, and written down. After all, you need to reassure your reader that you've done everything you can to make your impact assessment robust. So, to do that, you show you're working. Now, just as a footnote to that point, what I want to point out is that you need more than one person to be involved in your impact assessment. If you've just got one person who knows how it was done and where your information is stored, if they fell under a bus tomorrow, or less tragically and more realistically left your organisation, you wouldn't know where all these things were kept and it would be wasted time. You don't want to lose your organisational memory. So in conclusion, it's really important to think that planning now, yes, it takes a little bit of time, but it saves you a lot of time later.